Hey guys, and welcome to another Polymer clay tutorial. Today we will create the Night Witch from Clash Royale. You decided in the poll, so let's get started. We have some time to kill as the Night Witch will be released in 2 days and a few hours, so I'm very excited about this new card in Clash Royale. And well, let's use this time we have to wait and we will create our own Night Witch creation character clay figure. I start with the head, and to be honest, I'm very bad at creating human faces. I'm always struggling with the right proportions of the nose and the eyes and the mouth, so please don't be too hard on me when it doesn't look exactly like the Night Witch, but I do my very best, and I think I found a great way to create this, doll face. Let's call it doll face. We need some purple, red and white, and we will create the mouth. These will be the teeth, and we are placing it right in position. And well, this is of course very tiny details. It depends on your skills and also on the time you want to spend in this creation. I decided to make it as much as detailed as possible. Meanwhile, we also mixed the bright blue, which will be used for the eyes, and there will be some details later in this tutorial, so just keep this color. It will be, for example, for the diamonds on the belt buckle and also on the magic wand. Okay, the most important part, the eyes of this creation, so spend some extra time on that. We're just using purple mascara for the eyes. And we will also create the eyebrows as well in skin color. Just take some white clay for this shiny detail in the eye. Okay, now we will go on, we will create the torso of the Night Witch. And you don't have to be afraid, you don't have to be very detailed about that, because it will be coated in other clay colors. Just take some wire for the arms and for the neck as well, and we are assembling the doll, the tiny polymer clay doll. Yeah, it looks great. I think the proportions are right, and now we will coat. We will go on coating the arms and just fixing that with my modeling tool. And also the neck. I recently bought a new modeling tool. It's the exact same model, but the other one broke. I think I may have used it a bit too much. I will give you a link of my modeling tool, because it is one of my favorite tools of all time. Okay, assembling the head to the body. And if you ask me, well, if you only would purchase one tool, it's the modeling tool. I will just include a link in the description. We will now work on the arms. All we need is now some black clay, and we will coat again. This is just like some very long gloves. I think there is another word for that, but I don't know that, I'm sorry. And we will also work on the hands in a minute. This will be for the stand, and you will just stick the figure onto the wire, and I'm using just some green clay for fixing on the table. The fingers are pretty difficult. I'm using my scalpel for that, and it works just great. Now just take some blue and make a thin layer of that. It will be for the dress. And this dress of the Night Witch, well, it's, what's the right word? Scrapped? Broken? I don't know. It looks like that. Wrap around the torso and we are mixing just some purple with the skin color you used, and this will be some kind of a shirt the Night Witch is wearing under the cape. Just placing it right onto the torso. And I'm using my beloved toothbrush, my old toothbrush, for some texture work. Now we need just some black clay for thin layers, and we will work on the cape. There's some kind of a gap between on the front, and some more black clay for the left side, and later also for the right side. When I was looking for some reference material for this creation, I can tell you this was pretty difficult. First I googled it, then I looked at all the images and the replays which were available, but it was pretty hard as this card is not released yet. But over time I found some images which worked fine, I think. I was looking forward to this working step a lot. This is the coating, creating the hood, the witch hoodie, and also the cape. And I'm using some scissors for that, so we can also attach and model. We are modeling the cape out of the same layer of black clay. So it looks great, but it wasn't that difficult to create at all. Just using my modeling tool again and cutting the cape into shape. Yeah, what's next? We need some silver clay for some detail work. If you don't have any silver work, silver clay, I would highly recommend using just some gray, some bright gray, and you can use some transparent polish for getting a shiny effect afterwards. And some more. This is also just some details for the gloves with some tiny thorns. We will place it on the left arm, and we will attach the cape right away, and also on the right arm, attaching the cape. And now the last details for this cape. Well, I think this is more of a fashion item than a functional part of the cape. I think it may be for attracting the bats, because they are thinking that this is their mother bat. Just attach these, and we will work on the belt and the belt buckle, of course. Just use some silver clay for the belt itself. We are wrapping it around. And after that we will work on this diamond right in the middle of the belt buckle. You can use any knife for that, but I think these sharp edges can only be done by cutting and not by hand. And this will be the blades of the double axe. Well, at least I think this is supposed to be some kind of an axe. Maybe it should be some kind of a bat instead, I don't know. Placing it in position, and we will go on. We will now create the stand of our beloved Night Witch. Just take some brown. This will be for the mud part of the stand. And this was pretty fun, just cutting some more details into this block of brown clay. I read some comments, some of you were saying that it is so satisfying when I'm cutting some clay. So this was for you, I hope you enjoyed. We will just take some green clay and brighter green on top, and we will zoom in and just take any kind of knife or a scalpel or even a needle for the texture work we are about to do. And this looks simple, and it is pretty simple, but be careful with the tool you're using. And now we can attach the creation into and to the stand. Just placing it right in the middle. And don't be afraid if the grass is destroyed. Yeah, we can repair that very quickly. We will also just add some more tiny details. Just a few blades of grass. Also on the side as well. And we can place it right onto the plate for going into the oven. Meanwhile, we can create and work on the weapon, the magic wand the Night Witch is using. Twisting the black clay is pretty easy, and you can go on and just take some silver clay for the details. There's this Octor Ada and also a bigger one on the top. We will assemble that all. After hardening in the oven, we will use some super glue for that. Just cutting the blades of the axe. And there's this tiny damage, this tiny dent. So don't forget that. And now we will also work on the crystal, the diamond on top. And there's also a tiny diamond on the bottom of the magic wand. These will be some more details, so don't forget that. And we will assemble it, and we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked Night Witch and also the magic wand / magic axe. And use some sandpaper for getting this characteristic look of a crystal, of a diamond, to get sharp edges. Also for the tiny crystal on the bottom of the wand. This will be also used for the blade to get it sharp. And also the blade with a dent. And it looks great. I'm looking forward to glue everything right together. But before, we have to use our knife for cutting the crystal into shape. Again, enjoy the cutting. Of course, it's so much fun cutting, even if the clay is a bit hard. And the end result looks great, I think. Also for the tiny crystal. And now we can just take some glue. This is super glue, very fast drying. About 3 seconds, I think. But be very careful about that. I don't want to tell you all these tiny stories where I glued myself to clay. It happened before. And it's very critical when you're gluing yourself to some wool. But please, I'm really serious about that. Be just careful about the glue. And also the tiny crystal to the bottom. And the weapon / wand is finished. We can glue it right into the hand. And the last working step will be the wool effect. Just take some purple wool. These bats, well, they won't be in this tutorial. I'm not finished with all the cutting work on the video, but it will be uploaded next week. So stay tuned. Sorry for that, for the delay, but it will come in a few days. Transparent polish for the mouth. This was too much, oops. Soaking it up. And also for the eyes. And of course, you're welcome to use it for the crystals, for the diamonds, and for all the metal parts, for the blades, for example. And I guess, finally, that's it.
Part
one of this complicated creation is over. Check out the tutorial of the beds, of these tiny 4 cute beds. It will be uploaded next week, so stay tuned if you want to create this whole creation. Okay, I guess that's it for today. Hope to see you next week and take care. Bye.